How does God speak to man? How does God speak to us? God speaks to human beings or all of us through scriptures. Scriptures are the words of God. Scriptures have been revealed by God to a certain empowered personality, those who are very close to God, and as we know them in terms of prophets, so they have understood the heart of God, and they have known the complete spirituality, what God actually wants to convey him. But the prophet has to present it to a particular audience wherever he appears. And when the prophet presents that particular knowledge to a particular audience, he has to kind of customize in a way that they are able to accept it, they are able to imbibe it in their own lives, they are able to practice it in their own practical daily lives. So depending on a particular audience, the information of complete spirituality is customized and narrowed down, and you can say that stepped down for a purpose, for a particular audience, for them to digest it. If that is not done, for example, the lighthouse in the sense I mean to say the powerhouse powerhouse generates very high voltages and very high currents, and that is stepped down using various transformers and transmitted over long transmission lines, and when they come to our own house, then we put something in our socket and then we're able to draw the power and use it. Still, if you have to charge your phone, again you need an adapter that will give you actually 5 volts or that particular voltage for the mobile or some device to charge. So if the highest voltage that is available with God, the highest power source, if he is directly giving us, then probably we will not be able to digest it, we will not be able to handle it. So prophets are those people who kind of step down that particular voluminous, insurmountable, powerful storehouse of knowledge to very crisp and understandable way, and present to us in a way that we can digest it, we can understand it, we can appreciate it, we can implement it in our daily lives. So these are the varieties of prophets who come at different times. So if you see the history, there are several prophets that have come down at different times, at different places, and then they have created their own community of people who followed that very seriously. And this is the purpose why this particular thing is existing. Yeah, thank you. So how does God speak to man? God speaks to man through scriptures, through prophets, through books of knowledge, through Vedas, through different kinds of books of knowledge. And if those books of knowledge, actually these books of knowledge has been presented in a way that a person of high character can decode the language, and understand it and implement it. A person not following the principles, it is difficult for him to understand. For example, it is given in Bhagavad Gita in the 9th chapter. The 9th chapter title is the most confidential knowledge. I have heard people speaking that this chapter is completely detailing out what is that most confidential knowledge. How can you say that it is most confidential knowledge? Is it that the most confidential knowledge is printed in all languages, in voluminous books, and distributed in multiple millions of copies? Is that how you keep a secret? No. Secret is kept by encoding the principles, and the purpose of those knowledge is only they can understand those who practice it. So what I mean to say is, you may read through the books, you may read it multiple times, but if we are not practicing what is being said there, I told ninth chapter, before ninth chapter there are 8 chapters. So if we read through all those 8 chapters, Krishna is very clearly mentioning who God is, what is his nature, what is his properties, how does he deal with his devotees, what does he do, how he's working with his energies, what all the other spirit souls meant to do. Everything is detailed out. Once we go through the first 8 chapters and then understand and implement all those details in our lives, then when we enter the 9th chapter, the most confidential knowledge will be automatically revealed when we start practicing the principles that are actually enumerated in the first 8 chapters. Same goes with even Bhagavat. So in Bhagavat there is 10th canto where Krishna's very childhood and intimate pastimes are performed. So if we have to understand those pastimes, those leelas, we have to go through first canto till 9th canto, implement those knowledge in our daily lives, practice it, share with others, imbibe it in our own lives, then probably we can understand and assimilate and get into the higher realm of the 10th canto, which is very high spiritual topics. So the accessibility of the spiritual knowledge is depending directly on our own character, and that is the password to enter into the higher realm. It is not by doing anything. It is not just you can do anything and get out of it or get into it. It's not so easy, or it's not so cheaply available. So I request that you click the link below, join the group, and in the group we will have a different set of activities, and please be in touch, and please subscribe to my YouTube channels if you feel so, if you are getting good value in that, and please share it with others if you feel they will be helped with this particular knowledge. Thank you very much. Bye bye.